Hello. Hello. Today is going to be more Pokemon because I don't want to do something responsible. I have a lot of cool ideas that are original, and guess what? Not doing them today. Fuck that, dude. Okay, so with that energy here, we are doing Pokemon Fire type tier list, okay? Now, last week, I went through and did these, and I just reset them. I can't remember where I put them. So it's going to be fresh-ish. It'll be fresh for you guys, hopefully. And, yeah, I'm really excited to get started. So let's go ahead and hop right in. Now, I'm glad that I left these out because I want to show you guys my thought process on these, okay? I feel like tier lists don't do this right, so let me give you a little taste of the magic. So I like personal favorites at the top, all right? And you don't do that. All right, below that you have the awesome tier, okay? These are ones that are like, you objectively know are cool, but they aren't your personal favorites. Should be obvious. So you got that, right? Okay, this one is the cool tier, okay? This is one where you're like, that's cool, right? Cool, fine, towards the bottom, right? Now, this is where my tier list gets a little bit spicy, okay? There are really two things that I look at with Pokemon. They either fall in one of two camps, okay? You can either have a Pokemon that is totally worth being there. It's like a Pokemon that deserves to exist. Or a Pokemon that if it disappeared, I would not be bothered by it, right? So, when I name these tiers, I'm just gonna... I have a hard time concentrating whenever I've got the music blasting in my ear, so... Glad exists, right? We're gonna make that... Ooh, what color do we make that? Let's do that. So, let's mix it up here, guys, okay? Glad exists is here. I just want to show you guys this because this is my thought process, right? So we got Glad exists, and then down here, fine without. All right, come on, don't be like this. Glad exists. Is it gonna do it? Is it gonna work? What is happening? So confused. Glad exists. Okay. What the hell is going on? Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add a row below. Okay? New row. An even better row. Even better than before. Fine exists. Okay. Apparently works that way. Okay. That'll be orange. Nice. Fine without. It's gonna be red. We're gonna make this orange. No. Yeah, purple. Okay, delete this row. Yeah, I think this is gonna work out. We'll make this green. It gets the green light. Okay, so without further ado, here we go. All right, starting up, Charmander. Gonna put him in awesome tier, okay? So Charmander is classic, okay? But classic in my book buys you no points, okay? Absolutely zero. If you are a badass and like unarguably that way, you can beat out someone who's from an earlier gen, okay? But really cute design, really liked that it kind of embodied that older style where it has that chibi, big-eyed vibe that Pokemon has kept all these years, but it has a kind of simplicity to it that I think is lacking in a lot of recent generations, which is not necessarily bad, but just kind of a change in tone, right? So, I'm gonna put him in awesome. Now Charmeleon, fine exists. Totally fine with him existing, right? He is like maybe cool to fine, but to me, he is a perfect example of how mid-tier or like second evolutions in a 3 evolution line tend to just be like the awkward teenager version, with one notable exception, which I will get to later, right? So he's there. Now Charizard, he can be at the top of awesome, maybe a personal favorite. We will find out. Yeah, he's probably gonna go there though. Let's see. I'm gonna close my eyes and just do this. Where did we land? Okay. And where did we land? Over there? What about now? Ooh, okay. Litwick. I'm gonna put at the bottom of fine. I like this cute design, and I think it's objectively a good design. Does it do a lot for me personally? Not really. It is cool. I think that it is well proportioned. It's a well designed Pokemon for sure. I think the like that color of flame making it ghost type is a really cool touch. The fact that it's an object but it has a very animal like quality, like a little dude, I really like that, but not my personal favorite, which I know Chandelure is one of people's favorite lines, and as much as I like the line, this just like it's okay to me, which is probably gonna piss you guys off when I do this. Right up to personal favorites, okay? I love dragons, and whenever I played through Pokemon, I always loved having dragon types. Freaking adored having dragon type Pokemon. So even though these guys aren't dragon type Pokemon, having that really edgy dragon design that really embodies the classic look of a dragon, I just love to death. And that's actually the only reason that I put Charizard down, is because I actually really like his Mega Evolutions a lot. Now, I will say that as much as I love both of these, I feel like it's the color palette. You know, it's like, here, let's look something up. So, Charizard Mega Evolution. Let's check these out. So, I would say in the past, I was a bigger fan of his, like, outside design. Of, I think this is why. I liked its shape more and this one's color palette more. I think if I had to choose a favorite of these two, it might be this, but I really like those spikes. I think the wings are really cool too. But yeah, these are both top tier for me. Tippity top. Okay, now we got Vulpix. Vulpix for me is gonna go. Ooh, that's tough. I have to think. If I would rather own a Vulpix than a Charmander, but maybe like they're really close. They're gonna be tied. Yeah, Vulpix, another classic Pokemon, but really just very cute design. Has a kind of like innocent look to it. Has a really badass evolution. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and see where Ninetales goes. Yeah, I think personal favorite. I think so. So, I like any Pokemon that has a mystical kind of quality to them. So, anything sagely connected to the earth, mystical. So, like Sawsbuck, Trevenant, Melodic, Absol, Ninetales, those kind of mysterious Pokemon I really love, especially when they have a combination between like, I don't know, like edgy, powerful quality and elegance, and I really think that that comes across with Ninetales, where it's like a beautiful, elegant Pokemon, but there's a certain intensity and like regality to it that I think is really cool. So, all right, now let's see. Fennekin. Okay, I'm not leaving it here. I just am wanting to look at it and see how I feel about it. So, Fennekin. I like less than Vulpix. And probably this, like, more than Charmeleon. It's probably at the very top of cool for me. That's where I probably would feel the most comfortable. If you ask me on any given day, it might go up a tiny bit or go down a little bit, but I think this is probably a fair spot. Okay. Oh, the chat disappearing. There we go. Beep. Okay, who do we have next? Let's do... Okay, I'm going to make another tier because Arceus, I feel like it's kind of cheating, honestly. Let's do a row below. Not... Ah, oopsie daisy. Come on. Flying exists. This will be... Oh, man, this is so weird. Flying without... I don't know why. Sometimes the formatting on the site's a little weird to me, but that's okay. We'll do that as red. Yeah, there we go. Like that. And this will be not rating. Not rating. Okay. So... There he is. Okay, yeah. I feel like Arceus, because it's able to be every type, it's just, I don't see any reason to put it in there. So it's going to go there. Okay, next we've got Growth. Growth, I think, is cool, but I love Arcanine. And so it's like, I would say it's probably below Vulpix and above Fennekin. So if you can picture a tier like right here, he's there, so I'm going to leave him at the top of cool. Yeah, I think that's probably the best. Now, let's go ahead and go Ponyta. I'm going to do that. So, no, not Find Exists. That's what's... We're going to correct that really quick. Okay, so Ponyta is a Pokemon that is like, it's super classic. I've liked it more in the past. It's kind of gone up and down for me. Right now, kind of ambivalent, but it's undeniably a Pokemon that deserves a place in the roster. And that's where I have Glad Exists, right? So I could see how someone would put this higher, but for me, it's not really doing very much. It's just not really my deal. Rapidash I like more, but it's like, glad it exists as a Pokemon. It's cool that it exists, but just not really my personal taste, right? So that's where Ponyta is going. What else do we have? Let's see. Close eyes, and where do we land? Ooh, I am glad we landed on Pansear or Pansear. Get that out of here, dude. Come on, man. Like it looks so. It looks so dumb. It's like face is all smushed in, and it has like a very like kind of flamboyant deal. It's like, it doesn't look cute, and it doesn't look cool, and it doesn't even look funny enough. It just looks dumb, you know? Like there's some kind of meme Pokemon where you have like Ditto, or I don't know. There are examples of like derpy Pokemon, right? I really don't get the vibe with this, so it's going in fine without. If this Pokemon disappeared from the series, I would be completely okay with it. Anyone who likes that Pokemon, apologies, but that's just how I feel. So, ooh, Roggenrola. I love this Pokemon. I would definitely not say that it's in the awesome tier for me, but I think it's actually close to Growth. Probably right there. I love that like little unicycle. It has a mean look to it, even though it doesn't even have a face. But yeah, I just love that. Now, let's see, what do we have next? We'll do... Okay, so here's kind of my vibe here, right? This first evolution is so cool to me, right? It's a little like unicycle badass rock thing, okay? The moment I saw that, I was like, man, I'm so excited to see the direction this Pokemon goes. It's going to look so cool, right? It goes to this just like face. Here, let's do it. It's not Roggenrola. What is it? Oh god, let's see. Pokemon Sword and Shield Oh my god. Shield. Pokemon list. Or, yeah, Pokedex. There we go. Okay. So, go down here really quick. I just totally forgot his name for some reason. I don't know why I thought Rock and Roll Up. Where art thou? Getting close. Maybe. Maybe not. Come on. Jesus, man. Okay, there we go. Okay. Roly-Coly. You start off having this dope-ass little, like, motorcycle-y dude, and he's got a mean look. I'm like, oh, what's he gonna turn into? And then he turns into this derp-face pile of coal, which is a cool enough idea, right? Like, it's supposed to be a minecart, and it's been animated. It's cute, so I'm glad it exists, but I was like, man, I'm kind of disappointed that it came from this, right? And then Colossal is a Pokemon that is supposed to be like a big-ass chunky behemoth of a monster made of rock, and it has a huge pile of coal on top, right? And they made him derpy. And I'm like, man, he's cool enough, but he just feels like such a lost bit of potential that I put him in Glad Exists purely just on design idea. But execution, it was pretty meh for me. Okay. So to compete with that, let's go ahead and do another Pokemon I love, which is Alolan Marowak. Marowak already has a super strong design, having its like mother's head, like its skull for its head, is super cool. I like that it has a kind of... So I like Pokemon with edgy designs, but it also has a kind of somber tone to it. So it's like a kind of like a lone warrior kind of thing, right? But changing its color palette, giving it that... You're noticing a trend there, the dark black and the blue. But giving it the fire on there and making it ghost type, the flavor there is just so immense. You get the sense that with its deceased parent that it's now turned into this kind of like ghost warrior, like ghost speaker kind of Pokemon, and that is just so cool to me. So it gets put all the way to the top. Really love that Pokemon. Okay. Now, as a kid, if my kid version, like if my kid self came to the future and saw me do this, he would be really upset. But as time has gone on, I'm glad Magmar exists. But if it was not in the first game, I don't know if it would stay here, because like having a cool fire mage kind of Pokemon is cool in concept, but having a duck bill and two butt cheeks sitting right over your eyes, I can't get behind it, man. It's I'm glad it exists, and I feel nostalgic for how I liked it in the past, but there's something about it that's just so meh. Has a lot of weird design choices, and I just am not for it, so it's gonna land there. Speaking of which, Magby is also gonna land there. Used to like this Pokemon kind of de facto with Magmar, but as time has gone on, it's gotten so... It has a tiny bit of cuteness to it, and a little bit of that kind of derpy, like, klutz, the kind of self-deprecating look to it, like, oh no, did I do that? Has that kind of vibe. But it's just a little duck boy with lumps on his head. You know? No more needs to be said than that, so. Alright. Forgot that this was fire type. I can't remember its name, but I actually really like this line. I think I'm going to put it in the cool category. I feel like that's a fair place for it. Let's check out Flareon. This used to be personal favorites, but as time has gone on, I've kind of wished... So if you look at its design, how it has like the little hair floof, right? They're cool, but I always wished that it had more of a fire element to it, where Jolteon is very obviously like, it has the jagged yellow lines and it looks like bolts of energy, right? You have Vaporeon, which looks straight up like a combination between an Eevee and like a water nymph or like a mermaid, right? This has the vague impression of fire with its tail, but I always wish that it had a tinge of red in there. I feel like that would do a lot for Flareon, and it doesn't. So for that reason, I'm going to put it at the top of cool, even though it used to be a personal favorite. It is, if you ask me on a different day, it might rise a little bit, but as far as right now, it's like probably bottom of awesome, top of cool. That sounds pretty fair for me. Okay. Now, I want to do one that I find fascinating because I used to not like this Pokemon at all. I could not care at all about it. But as time has gone on, I really like Slugma. The design is so cool, having that just big boulder of a rock on its back. It kind of grew on me because as far as having a snail Pokemon, I think I didn't like it because I'm like, oh, it's just a snail. But I'm like, well, if World of Pokemon is supposed to have these different animals, like, why not a snail? And I feel like as far as snails go, I feel like this was a really cool idea to make that gloopy quality actually be like magma. I think that was a really smart idea. And the fact that it didn't have a shell in the past, and so what it does is it puts a big coal or like a big like molten rock on its back. It's really badass, and I appreciate the thought that went into it. I think it's a really charming design, so it's going to go up there. The fact that that's right next to Flareon to me, I would never, ever have said that in the past, but tastes change. Okay. Now, I know his evolved form is Darmanitan, Pokedex. Let's see here. Oh, it's gonna be like that. Let's just go to we can go to Celebi. Oh, Celebi. There we go. Celebi. Okay, let us go to Pokedex. I've not been on here in a while. So it is, I want to say, what is Darmanitan is in Generation 7, right? I'm not mistaken on that. Can't remember. What's going on here? I thought it was. Oh, am I on Attack Dex? There we go. That's what I was looking for. I'm so confused. I thought you just clicked on this. Oh, we're skipping that. Screw that, dude. At any rate, whatever this guy's called, I think his design is charming as hell, and I would put it like here. I love this little dude. He might even go up more. It feels weird to put him above Growlithe, but I really do like him. The fact that he kind of goes into a Zen mode afterwards, I think is really cool too. That's very cool flavor. And Darmanitan, I love, but not as much as I think I've heard him talked about recently. So I'm going to put him in Glad Exists. Really cool idea. But I actually like his pre-evolutions maybe a tiny bit more. Yeah, so he's going to land there. Who do we got next? All right, you going to make it with your granddad? No. You're a little better. At least he's cute. Right? I'm glad this exists, but his final evolution, they dropped the ball hard. Okay. Let's see here. I want to listen to music for this. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, that's a spicy pick. So, let's do the Tepig one, okay? Now, Tepig used to be here for me. I used to hate this Pokemon. I still don't like it. But I'm glad it exists, and I do acknowledge that it's cute, but it's something about its, like, red nose and red tail. Like, just stupid enough that I'm like, man, I'm not behind this, right? But it's not here anymore, all right? Now, what's crazy to me is that as time has gone on, he has risen up a lot. Like, I might even put him in awesome tier. And Embor goes into personal favorites. When this generation came out, I was not of that opinion at all. I really did think that the Tepig line was really silly. Wasn't a big fan. I think that was the same one with Snivy and Oshawott, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, honestly. But as time has gone on, I've come to love Embor more and more. I mean, how fucking sick is that? He is a huge boar with a billowing, like, boar mustache beard combo, right? And he's like almost like a sumo warrior Pokemon. So cool, and have only grown to love him more and more as time has gone on. Really love him. Okay. Now, with this, we have a Gigantamax Charizard, right? To me, Gigantamax Charizard is just a big Charizard, right? Now, I know that's kind of the point, but when you make a Gigantamax, it's nice having some kind of, I don't know. I mean, I get it's cool that its wings are fire, and it looks cool in the anime, but here I'm just like, meh, you know? It's not really that great. I'm kind of glad it exists because I'm glad they had one, but all I see when I look at this is I'm like, man, that was a missed opportunity. They could have done something way cool. Maybe if they would have had the wings more like defined, do like an angel wing kind of thing, make them bigger. Because right now it's just like he's got a big belly and he looks kind of just like a statue, and then he's got some fire, right? Pretty mad about it. Okay. Moltres, glad exists. Don't need to say any more about that. It belongs there. Cyndaquil, top of the top. Quilava is one of the only second evolutions that I think makes it up to the top here, right? It's probably realistically like here, but it's really badass, and I really love Quilava. One of the only times I feel that they've done a second evolution that made it above, right? There's maybe two other times I can think of. One of which is, I can't remember his name, but there's like a leaf bug type where it's like wearing a little shawl and it looks like pissed off. It's like, man, I just got out of bed. I love that second evolution. And then also Thwacky, who's the second evolution in the Group Key line. Really love him, so that's that. Okay. Fine without, because Centiskorch on its own is really fucking cool. I love that Pokemon. Let's see where he goes, like there, right? That is literally just a bigger version, and I'm like, it's just a big tapeworm, dude, and I just don't care enough about it, right? Okay. Who else we got? We got Typhlosion. We got Slugma. We got Houndour. Where the fuck am I gonna put him? That's so tough. Yeah, I think he goes there. Houndoom, I'm glad exists, but I like Houndour more. And there are the spikes on your boy. Throwing him up there. Okay. Ho-Oh. This Pokemon is like a roller coaster for me, right? So, it had a time where it was down here, and then it went up to here for like a little bit. Now it's like there. I'm like, bottom of fine. Glad it exists. It's like, it's cool. I will give it that. Okay, Entei, we're going to put at the... Yeah. Probably right before them. He's close. These guys, I mean, once you get to these, it's really close to tied. So I'm fine with putting him there. Rotom, not going to rate. I would probably, whenever I start reviewing ghost type Pokemon, then I'll do Rotom. But for right now, it just feels weird. I don't have any particular attachment to like a certain form of Rotom. I just think of him as like a ghost electric type a lot of times. But yeah, so for the time being, not worried about him. Numo. I'm kind of glad that it exists. It's like, I like it. It's not bad. Camerupt, I've come to like more and more over time. And I would say it's probably like at top of glad it exists. And his Mega Form, I really like. It's really freaking cool. Having the little volcano on him, and he has this like spiky hair and the angry face. It looks like his hair is coming up like he's about to erupt. Really cool. Cast Form's the same with those. I just don't know what this is. Just don't know what that is at all. Man, yeah, we need to get Weedle up in here. Weedle Fire Form, dude. That Weedle Fire Form, man. Turtonator? Is that this guy's name? Do you remember? What's so weird about this is when I first looked at it, I was like, man, that Pokemon's dumb. It's just a turtle with spikes. And then the more I looked at it, I'm like, oh yeah, I like turtles and I like spikes. And so now he's like, he appeals to my Unga Bunga brain, right? So that is that, okay? He goes up because he's a turtle with spikes, and before he was down there because he's a turtle with spikes. So, say what you will about that. Scorch, you're gonna get down there. We got Wartortle, Wartortle Fire Edition right here. He's a little bit more smoky, but I like that energy. Yeah, he's probably at top of cool. Top of cool. Probably cooler than Wartortle, honestly. I mean, technically, he would be hotter than Wartortle. Next Pokemon. Okay. Oh, where am I gonna put Raichu? Where am I putting you, Raichu? Raichu, I used to like more. Raichu, I used to like more. But as time has gone on, I've liked it less and less. So I would say Torchic probably goes like... it's like probably there. I'm probably going to scooch him down a little bit. They're close, man. They're close. Combusken, fight me in the fucking streets, dude. That is a crappy middle evolution. You start off cute. Your last Pokemon is like a super badass fighter, and your middle one is just like a... I hate Combusken so much, right? Now, Blaziken used to be one of my favorites. Now it's just cool because what makes it better? Fucking fire and spikes, dude. That's the secret for me, okay? I am a very simple person. Fire and spikes. That's it. I know that is probably objectively shitty design. However, I love it. It's like, edgy, anime, That's me. Let's put him there. Get Koga. Lizardo. And then... I don't know how to say Wartortle in Japanese, but I know that the name for Squirtle is Zenigame. But yeah, I can't remember what Wartortle is called. If you here, let me give you a little show of this. Oh god. Just destroyed my camera. I've been reading through the manga at a very slow pace, which is to say that I've not read in probably a few months, but the main thing is that they've got they had the hiragana, or like the what's the best way to put it? They have this like little subscript on the side that you can read, but it's so small that it's just a lot easier to read manga on your computer. And so even though one day when I have a better understanding of kanji, I'm excited to read those, right now I'm just like, it's so tough just looking at the little script on the side. I'm like, yeah, screw that. So, okay, Chimchar, another weird example, has gone way up in my mind. I used to really hate Chimchar. Now I don't. I have no clue what changed. Maybe I just was like feeling butthurt about Pokemon. I was like, it's not edgy enough, but yeah, I like it. Monferno, he's... I'm not sure where you would put him. He's so close to fine without, but like, I'm fine with him existing. I just don't... I don't know. He's whatever to me. My brother would probably be pissed at this because he loves Incineroar, but... Or Incineroar, Jesus Christ. I was looking down. He loves Infernape, but... I don't know why it hasn't clicked with me. It isn't that I dislike it, but it's not as cool to me as I've like heard other people talk about it, you know? I look at him like, okay, he's a fiery monkey. That's cool. I don't know. He's like probably cooler than that. Probably cooler than that. He's like in this area, I guess. So right in the middle of cool, right? Okay. Magmortar. Would be at Glad exists, but he's got cannons for hands, so he's going to go to the top of that, right? He's probably there. Literally just because he's got cannons for hands, right? That's all I got. Heatran, get out of here, dude. No one needs that. See if we have anyone else who falls in that category. Get him out of here. Get these guys out of here. Nope. Nope. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, I think that's about it. I can't remember the name of this Pokemon, but it's like Litwick, Evolution, Lampent. Yeah, Lampent. Okay. Lampent feels like one of those middle evolutions. Curious to hear what you guys think. But he feels like one of those middle evolutions that is just an excuse to get to its better form. You know? It doesn't feel like it has enough on its own. It just feels like, meh, I can't wait to get to the next one, you know? Whereas Chandelure is just freaking awesome. Love Chandelure. Okay, we got Victini. It's cute. So it's probably going to go like here. It's Fennekin and Victini. It's the same vibe. It is really the same vibe. Mewtwo. Where am I putting Mewtwo? Heatran, I used to dislike, and now... What is it about this Pokemon that I like? That he looks edgy. Mystery solved. He's edgy. Awesome. Heatran above Blaziken. Am I really saying that? Oh my god. Okay. I need to reorganize here. This is so weird. I'm just like, the part of my childhood that like still exists in this body would be like, what are you doing? Put him above Blaziken. But I like him more now. Fine exists just because Volcarona, personal favorite. Maybe awesome tier. He could go either way, but he's really close. Freaking love Volcarona. It is one of the coolest Pokemon. One of the coolest bug types, I feel like, in a typing that I think gets not enough love. I also don't know if Mega Volcarona. I get to see my. I just did a scratch off ticket last week. Let's see. That's so badass. I don't know if that Mega is actually legit. You know? I think it is. I honestly... I don't remember. I don't remember. Do you know off the top of your head? That looks so cool. Regardless, on its own, super badass Pokemon. Has, again, it's kind of that regality, but powerful vibe to it. It's one of the reasons I love this. So, Volcarona, I remember when it came out, I was so happy and surprised. I was like, oh my god, is it a bug Pokemon that I actually really love? The answer is yes. Reshiram, to me, is an example of an unbalanced, over-designed Pokemon. Each of the elements on its own is kind of cool, but the fact that its like head is small, its butt is big, its tail is big, its wings are big, and it's just seems disproportionate. You have the spikes here, but clouds up here, and then you got circles around a jet engine. It's like any one of those, maybe even two of those designs would have been cool. When you put it all together, though, this Pokemon just looks like a mess to me. So Reshiram is going to get Glad Exists, because I don't hate it, but it's really close to being fine without, because I feel like they kind of missed the ball on it, right? Hearing that there's a Pokemon with like a jet engine tail, you think, dude, I'm going to love that Pokemon. And then when they show you, I'm like, kind of indifferent, honestly. Okay. Yeah. That probably belongs there, right there. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 left. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Okay. I think it's Salazzle's the later one? Ooh, Scorbunny? Okay. Okay. Where's Scorbunny go? Fine without. Glad exists. Cool. Nope, not awesome. Where's it going? Damn. This is actually tough. I think Scorbunny has a cute and badass design. Where does it go? I think it is probably at the top of cool. Probably right here with Growlithe. Yep. It is very close to awesome. I might change my mind on that later, but it's probably there for me. Really charming design. I love the little like bandage deal on him as well. It has really cool energy in the anime, so love that. But yeah, probably goes there. Talonflame, it's just like cool, right? Probably like here, right? It's cool. Equally cool, Middle Evolution has that same kind of mean bird look. Litten, gonna go like right here with the Fennekins. Middle Evolution, it falls prey to the same syndrome as Charmeleon, but it doesn't look as cool because the little bell, right? It looks like domesticated, and I'm like, okay, well, it's kind of dumb. And then you go to Incineroar, which is just freaking awesome. We're gonna put him like here. Put him right next to Flareon. Super cool Pokemon. Salazzle, where do you go? You're in the top, or the last 5. Where will you find yourself? Probably, like, here. Feel like he's a cool dude. He's like, crawling around and stuff. Look at my, like, tail. It's also cool typing, like having a poison fire Pokemon that's like a little rock lizard. I love. Salazzle, also love that kind of like seductive, elegant kind of design to it. It's a little cougary, and so it doesn't go to awesome for that because it has the like mascara deal, but here we are. Now, Raboot. And yeah, Scorbunny probably right next to each other. And Cinderace, honestly, it's probably one of the most consistent lines. Like, you get a really good through line of cute, adorable, but like cool energy to the kind of like the track runner. And then you have Cinderace. I would probably put Cinderace a little lower than Scorbunny, but they're all actually really consistent. Probably one of the most consistently well-designed Pokemon groups, period. There might be other lines that I enjoy more just because some of their picks are stronger for me, but those are just so consistently good. I feel like you're not choosing wrong if you choose Scorbunny. Yeah, and then you already know where this guy's going. He's going to migrate. The only reason I'm putting these guys down here is because I feel like it was lost potential. They could have been so much cooler. But with that being said, that's the end of this video. And that means that it's time for me to tell you guys that this Sunday at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, if you come back to twitch.tv/SEREKNIGHT, I'm going to be doing an interesting, well, let's not say interesting. That'll be for you to decide. I have loved game music for a really long time, and I always hear people say this. Play this game. It has a really incredible soundtrack. Ooh, this series has a really awesome song here. I like this song. I like that song. I like this soundtrack, right? I never hear people talk about the composers who actually make those soundtracks. So this Sunday, we're going to be looking at anywhere from like 2 to maybe even 5, 6 different composers. We'll see how the stream vibe is going. And we're going to talk about what some of the techniques are that these composers use that make them so great. Like what makes them iconic or really like memorable, impactful, just fun to listen to their music. We're going to do kind of a deep dive on them. And I'm really excited to do that because I feel like more people need to give them the time of day. So if you guys are interested in that, again, that's going to be at 12 o'clock. And that is on YouTube at Serene Night. That's SEREKNIGHT. It's also on Facebook Gaming. You can find me on Twitch, whatever your streaming preference is. And if you guys want updates on when I'm hopping online in general, if you go onto Twitter, same thing at Serene Night. I always post there before I go on stream, and I like to give at least a day or two notice before I hop on, so you can also see those kinds of updates there. But yeah, for everyone who came and chilled today, really appreciate you coming and get to watch me do this kind of stuff. It's occasionally hard for me to get back into streaming, so it's nice to be able to work in a format like this that is just much more approachable, where I can kind of just shoot the shit about Pokemon I like and kind of remove that pressure and then kind of grease the wheels to get back in the flow of things. So without further ado, I think that's going to be the end of the stream today. You guys rock. Thank you so much for coming and chilling, and hope to see you on Sunday. Peace.